Good afternoon, a warm welcome to Nosey Road. Saints being led out this afternoon by matchday mascot, who is Martin Dias, 3 years of age, and Adam Fogarty is carrying him out along with captain Shane Cooper. The Martin has cerebral palsy. Unfortunately, he's deaf and dumb, he can't walk. He enjoys watching the Saints, that's his main hobby. He attends Ashton's Green School. Big day for this young fella out there in his strip, along with Adam Fogarty. Fogarty 6 foot odd, and Martin Dias, only 3 years of age. And obviously Eric Hughes has a special affinity with the disabled, with his own son having a disabled problem. But it's nice to see the Saints lads rally round young Martin there. Martin Dias, this afternoon's matchday mascot, 3 years of age. The Saints team for this afternoon: Alan Hunt at fullback. Jason Roach makes his full debut at number 2. We have Mike Riley, Phil Vevers and Anthony Sullivan. They complete the three-quarter line. Tierra Patty and Tommy Martin are the half-back pairing. John Harrison, Bernard Dwyer and Ian Pickavance at the front row. Chris Joynt, Sean Casey and Shane Cooper the back three. Chris Morley and Tommy Hodgkinson on the bench. The Oldham side, and the Saints there just applauding the spectators all round the ground. It is the last game at home of the season, and the faithful that supported him throughout the season. The Oldham side: Wally Gibson at fullback, Nigel Heslop, Sean Irwin, Darren Abram and Scott Ranson the three-quarters. Glenn Lydiard and Steve Kerry the half-back pairing. Ian Sherratt, John Clark, Barry McDermott the front row. Bob Lindner, Andy Goodway and Mike Coeity the back three, with Paul Topping and Shane Tapia. So centre fielder, captain Bob Lindner and Shane Cooper, along with Adam Fogarty, who's holding Martin Dias, the matchday mascot. And there's young Martin Dias being taken off by Adam Fogarty. So there's Martin Dias, this afternoon's matchday mascot, being carried off by Adam Fogarty. Martin, 3 years of age, and now ready for action with Oldham to kick off. Stuart Cummins is the referee. The official, or the referee down in the programme, David Campbell, I believe he has pulled a hamstring. And he's the Wembley referee, David Campbell, the ex-Saints flyer in the early 70s. Stuart Cummins is the reserve referee at Wembley, a witness duo, and Stuart, you never know, if David doesn't recover, he might be getting his chance. But it's Oldham to get us underway. The final match of the season here at Nosey Road. A little bit of breeze, but Jason Roach there making his debut in the first team. His first in the starting lineup. He actually played the other night against Leeds as sub, and he got on. Excuse me. Saints in possession. Ian Pickavance, play anywhere Pickavance. But solid tackling by Oldham. Oh, good strong tackling there. Bob Lindner instrumental, along with Ian Sherratt. But Saints kick it upfield, putting pressure on Wally Gibson. Takes it comfortably. The ex-Huddersfield man, taken down by Sullivan and Phil Vevers. Phil Vevers, after a few on the bench, actually in the starting lineup. Now Andy Goodway back with his hometown team. Barry McDermott, strong runner, played well in the last few Oldham games and no doubt throughout the season, but been outstanding in the last few games. Last one of the sequence, referee Cummings signifies it. Back to standoff Glenn Lydiard, but it's too deep. Saints will restart from the centre of the 20-metre line, and I must apologise to all in the sponsors boxes, the 8 sponsors boxes, the lounge, the restaurant and the boardroom for the lack of vision last Wednesday against Leeds. A technical hitch, that's the usual term, isn't it? But I must apologise to regular box holders at the Leeds match for the lack of pictures. We're back in full vision. Saints in possession. Pickervance gets it going. It comes to Steve Kerry. He knocks it back basketball style. Andy Goodway picks it up and Shane Cooper comes in to marshal him. Bernard Dwyer wrestles him to the ground. Wally Gibson acting half-back. Oldham move it left. Ian Sherratt. Big prop forward. And Tommy Martin there and Chris Joint, both ex-Oldham players. And wanting to do well against the side, obviously, that they used to play for. Gibson right up in the action. He's getting things going. It's on to Kuwaiti. They spread it over to the left wing. Saints move upfield again. Oldham accusing the Saints of virtually lying on. Lindner, the captain and coach, the last tackle of the sequence. Lydiard puts a tester up for Alan Hunt. Is it too deep again from Lydiard? It is. Bernard Dwyer plays it quickly. Alan Hunt from the full-back position comes up. Oh, solid tackling there. McDermott quickly in. That's hurt Hunt. He gets up rather gingerly. Now with Big John Harrison. On to Chris Joint. Moves it back inside. Harrison again. Well, he takes it at the second bite of the cherry. Saints still with mounting injury problems. Steve Prescott out with a leg injury. Andy Dannett with neck. George Mann with the flu. Paul Laughlin's got a groin injury, as I said last week. We've still got Kevin Ward out long term, Adam Fogarty, John Griffith, Sonny Nichol, Gus O'Donnell, Les Quirk, John Neal, David Lyon. About 12 or 13 regular first teamers that's out injured, but you've got to get on with it. You've got to get your side together and get cracking. Now to Alan Hunt. Puts boot to ball. Oh, well taken by Nigel Heslop. Sullivan marshals him and Phil Beavers comes in to complete the job. But Heslop cabbages a couple of metres there. It's on to Gibson. Oh, live wire, full back. Instrumental in much of the Oldham attack. Coming running from deep, but it's Barry McDermott. Big prop forward and good yardage made by the Roughheads. Kerry launches the other prop, Ian Sherratt. Referee Cummins wants them both back on, well, wants the Saints back on side. Now with Andy Goodway. Well, Goodway gets it away to Lydiard. Oldham keep it going. It's actually took the Saints player. It's been waved off and Oldham keep the ball alive. Good work by Oldham. It's now with loose forward Mike Kuwaiti. He takes it within 5 metres of the Saints line. Saints under the cosh, Oldham pressing all the time. Kerry along to Lydiard, inside ball there. Oh, from the coach. Good drive, he's over. Bob Lindner, powerful near the line. 5 minutes of play. Bob Lindner opens the scoring here at Nosey Road for Oldham. 4 points to 0. Well played there by Oldham. They drove well, they spread it about, they threw the ball about. Much improved side, I've been told, under the coaching and guide of Bob Lindner since Peter Tunks has departed. Tunks used to swap and change. I believe Bob Lindner, he knows his side, he knows he's playing well and chooses to leave them in that position. But Steve Kerry going to be asked to pop over the extras, and he shouldn't have any problem, should he, from right in front of the sticks. Kerry, ex-rugby union and Salford player, slots it between the uprights, and Oldham in the lead by 6 points to 0. So Saints, though, couldn't withstand that barrage of Oldham attack. Lindner crashes over, Kerry converts it, and Saints trailing by 6 points to 0. 5 minutes gone, nearly 6 now, and Oldham good value, obviously, for the opening few minutes. Oldham want to get things underway. As Saints move in, obviously try to take them off the game. The popular side faithful shout for a forward pass. Referee Cummins didn't spot it. And it must be said, referee Cummins had an indifferent game the last time he, only a few days ago, that he refereed us. Certainly leave a lot to be desired. A lot of discontent from down below us, but Oldham still in possession. Moving the ball quickly. Kuwaiti, good ball, out to the far side. Scott Ranson, local lads, and Selling's lad, along with his centre, Darren Abram, and Nigel Heslop, a local constable in the police force. Well, a little bit of unrest in the Oldham side as they got mixed up. The ball's gone back. Sullivan and Vivers make sure the tackles are completed on both of the players, and there's 2 injuries. But good tackling there by the Saints, and 2 Oldham men out of the game temporarily. John Clark, one of them, but he's back in the side now. Now it's Ian Pickavance. He drives up. Saints with not a lot of the ball in these opening 8 minutes, but it's Oldham that have points on the board. Martin to Harrison. Obviously, when your side more or less have been pretty settled, and then you get quite a few injuries after that midweek match. But Trapati bursts through, looking for support. It obviously disrupts you slightly. Scrum half Kerry, it was the other injured party. He hobbles back now. Last one of the sequence as Martin chips it through. Good touch finder from Martin. Scrum down will be formed 10 metres, I should say, from the Oldham line, and 10 metres in from the popular side touch line. Oldham are making a substitution. Andy Goodway is injured. I don't know whether it's a blood bin. No, it is a blood bin, yes. Blood bin substitution. Oldham have the possession. Nigel Heslop coming infield. Saints looking to contain Oldham, obviously in their own 20-metre area, but substitute there, Shane Tapia just coming on a blood bin substitution. On to Mike Kuwaiti. Kuwaiti turned in the tackle. Saints know they're up against it. Oldham, they're fighting for their first division survival. And a forward pass there, picked up by referee Cummins with just a little bit of aid from the popular side. But Oldham fighting for the first division survival, along with OKR, Wakefield and Oldham and Salford, I should say. Saints have possession from the scrum. Move it along the line. Rapati loops round. Good ball to Vivers. Beats the first line of defence coming in. He gets it away to Tia Rapati. And Rapati straightens up. He's brought down 10 metres short. Oldham urge to get back onside. But it's Martin. Carving the way through. Turns it inside. Harrison takes it. An awkward pass by Tommy Martin. Now it's Dwyer, moves it across the face of the post, inside to Ian Pickavance. But Oldham defence comes up, and good tight defence it is as well. Saints now, they'll have to move it left. Joint comes in on the opposite diagonal. He gets it away to Pickavance. Oldham defence is tight, right in front of the sticks, 8 metres short. Cooper. Long cut-out ball, Vivers, out to Sullivan. Oh, he took it well, but superb tackling by Heslop. Vivers knew that he had to get that ball away quickly. He did so. Sullivan was there to gratefully accept it. And the good tackle there by Heslop forced Sullivan into touch. Kerry to feed. On to Gibson. Super tackle by Vivers. Moved in. Took him man and ball, drove him back. Substitute forward, Tapia, taken down by Rapati in the first instance. Then John Harrison came in again. Oldham build up a charge, penetrate the 20-metre line. Good handling. Brought forward Ian Sherratt. He drives forward. Midway between the Oldham 20 and the halfway line. Oldham in possession and in the lead by 6 points to 0. 12 minutes of the game gone. Last tackle of the sequence. Oldham have the possession. Probably go to Kerry or Lydiard for the kick downfield. There it is, Lydiard puts boot to ball. Alan Hunt gives the dummy, has to take the tackle. Anthony Sullivan was on the outside, and all the Saints troop back now to regroup. Now it's with Sullivan. Oh, saw the gap, went for it, just taken down by McDermott, and McDermott stuck one on him there, but it's Chris Joint. Support inside from Martin. Oldham offside, but Dwyer takes the lead, he drives through. Oh, good yardage by the Saints. Oldham all moving up in an offside position. Saints spread it quickly, overlap on the right. Sean Casey, he has possession. Brilliant footballer, Casey. Now it's with Martin. All the players on side, he chips it over for the corner. Well, the ball's loose, it's been knocked dead by an Oldham player, by Heslop. He couldn't take it cleanly, under a lot of pressure from Phil Beavers. And Oldham will have to restart from the centre of the sticks. Good pressure there by the Saints. Tommy Martin putting high tester up. As I say, Heslop couldn't take it. Good pressure from Beavers. And Saints will regain possession as Lydiard drops out from between the sticks. Jason Roach. Very impressive in the A-team. And McDermott in there again, a couple of hefty challenges going unnoticed by the referee, and Ian Pickavant's copying a high one there from the hooker, John Clark. But Oldham move up again quickly. John Harrison brings it on the short side, looking to turn it in the tackle, but well clamped. The hooker there, Clark again, clamping John Harrison. Cooper loses it. And it's taken up by Lydiard. Cooper kicks it through. The ball's still loose, and Cooper there doing the captain's act. Just can't take the player down. Darren Abram it is. Good yardage made by Oldham after a mistake by the Saints when they were in possession. McDermott onto substitute forward to Payer, but the ball gone to ground. Saints quickly down on it, and Oldham, well, that's a penalty to the Saints. A lot of mauling at the play the ball. Ian Pickavants couldn't play it. Scott Ranson being replaced. Looks though he's limping off by Paul Topping. 14 minutes gone on the clock. And Saints fine touch. 20 metres from the Oldham line. John Harrison, the runner, whose head came back there with the tackle. Saints looking for points on the board. Ian Pickavants running up hard and strong, but excellent tackling by the Oldham outfit. Holding down in the tackle is the indication as all the Oldham players move up with the referee. Mix up in the Saints ranks, but John Harrison finds the loose ball onto Mike Riley. The Oldham defence has certainly been up to it in these opening 15 minutes as Cooper tries to lead his charges, looking for support, and there's the support from Pickavants. Long ball to Rapati, out to Hunt. Hunt takes the defence on. Quick play the ball to Dwyer, he scampers away, inside to Joint. Oh, that was a charge, a shoulder charge and a half from Sherratt, wasn't it? Martin chips it over the top for Jason Roach, just too deep, gone touching goal. It's gone on the clock. Oldham still in the lead by 6 points to 0. And looking good value. Look to hint forward that pass on to McDermott as Clark steps up at the acting halfback. Oldham take it the short side. Kuwaiti running out wide, looking to release it. Always there, looking to get shut of the ball. No doubt a hallmark of Bob Lindner's coaching. These Aussies, they always try to keep the ball alive and keep it going at every available opportunity. Short ball there, Lindner again. Alan Hunt comes in, Oldham with an overlap. Oh, it must be a try again. Brilliant work. Brilliant work there. Sean Irwin goes in for the second. And Oldham split the Saints wide open there. Lovely short ball to Bob Linder into acres of space. All the Saints had pressed up. Alan Hunt was faced with 3 players. He managed to draw Bob Linder in as he got the ball away to Sean Irwin, but he just couldn't cover that ground to get Irwin, who had Heslop on his outside. Substitution of Tapea will be a full substitution now. Is it? Because Goodway not emerged from the dugout. Gibson from the kickoff onto Linder. Gets the ball. Oh, good control there by Wally Gibson, and Oldham throwing it about. Oh, a clash of heads there, and Saints player injured. The referee moved in very quickly. Bernard Dwyer. He collided with Chris Morley, is it? No, Phil Beavers. Phil Beavers and Bernard Dwyer, a collision of heads, but they're all right now. Take some knocks in the course of a match. Strong running, Barry McDermott. Well, the ball's loose. The referee saying that McDermott had knocked it on. Well, if that's the case, the ball was loose and Bernard Dwyer went to pick it up. Why didn't he let the play go on? But the referee chose to blow up. The scrum down to be formed just inside the Oldham half. Tommy Martin will feed. Cooper takes it blindside onto Martin. The Oldham defence not fooled, not for 1 minute. They move up quickly. Jason Roach coming in field. He looks for that half gap. He brought down 10 metres into the Oldham half. A drive by Harrison. Saints gradually clawing away at the Oldham territory. Well, that Oldham player there, the hooker, should have been penalised for not getting back on side. Caused Bernard Dwyer a lot of problems to get the ball. It's the last tackle of the sequence, and the Oldham defence has played its part yet again. It's now with Cooper. Martin puts the tester up straight away as Kouiti came through. A little high. Gibson takes it comfortably. Brilliant under the high ball, Gibson. And Chris Morley closes him down. Moves in quickly there. Goodway running out wide. Riley and Roach combined there, along with Tirapati. They bring him down, but Oldham still full of running. 25 minutes of the first half gone, 15 minutes to play, and Oldham with a 10 points to 0 advantage. Strong words maybe at the half-time interval from Saints coach Eric Hughes, but the Oldham defence has been absolutely excellent this afternoon. Alan Hunt regathers it. Roach looms round him. Hunt has to take the tackle. Saints forced to defend as Roach steps up from acting half-back. Losing his footing, but Linder completes the tackle. Oldham moving up quickly. It's now with Beavers. Saints with a little bit of space. Sullivan tried to round his man. Had to come in field. Dwyer takes it short side. Gets the ball out to Chris Joint. Good yardage made by the Saints, defending on their own line, and now 30 metres out. Clark, the Oldham hooker, penalised for holding down in the tackle. And Oldham want to make a substitution now. Tapea coming on, replacing Barry McDermott. So Oldham using both of the substitutions. Saints with a good platform to build on. Phil Beavers. Oldham moving up quickly. They should be on their own line. Well, they are on their own line as Harrison drives for it. Dwyer at dummy half. Saints got to get points on the board before the interval. Bernard Dwyer out to Cooper. Inside to Chris Joint. Diagonal run, but solid tackling again. Oldham forced to defend. Saints are attacking. Martin, Pickervance, but the tackling's firm. Oh, Pickervance breaks out. And he goes again, does Pickervance. Sprinting over left. Well taken by Cooper. Cooper goes through. Inside to Dwyer. Oh, super try. Super try by the Saints. Points on the board. Bernard Dwyer actually touched down, put Saints with the points on the board. Bernard Dwyer's 10th try of the season, and that comes down from sheer persistence by Ian Pickervance. It looked as though he was tackled. He shrugged the tacklers off. He turned round. He drove again. Cooper was there. Cooper saw the gap. He drove for it. Went for the sticks, and a lovely little slip ball, a drop-off ball to Bernard Dwyer. Took it comfortably. Touchdown under the sticks, and the Oldham defence is penetrated. Martin converts it. The Oldham lead now just 4 points. 10 points to 6. With 12 minutes of the first half remaining. That'll give the Saints the boost they needed, but the Oldham defence has been virtually watertight. Well taken on the far side, an awkward bouncing ball. Dwyer steps up quickly. Now with Jason Roach. Harrison and Saints lead the charge again, moving upfield. Along the line, Pickervance, the informed forward for the Saints. Oldham all offside on the referee's right. It's the side that the Saints are attacking. Last one of the sequence. Saints in possession. Martin dabs it forward. Wally Gibson has to take it. Saints must give him 10 metres. It's all waved on because Martin had put all the Saints players onside. Pressure now by the Saints. It's going to be the order of the day. See if they can peg Oldham up there, but the ball being slipped out, and this tackling will have to be sorted out. One round the legs, or at least one or two round the legs, and one up top to prevent the ball being released. That's been a hallmark of the Oldham tries. They're in the lead by 10 points to 6, and with 10 minutes of the first half remaining. Gibson from the full-back berth. Rapati round the top. Chris Morley very heavily involved. Last one of the sequence. Lydiard pops it down. Alan Hunt takes it. And Hunt now look for a bit of the old Alan Hunt magic. Filling in at the full-back berth with Steve Prescott taking a leg injury midweek against Leeds. Tommy Martin also took a nasty knock. Seemed to have fallen on the ball, was in a lot of discomfort. But out there and very instrumental. Chris Joint, diagonal run. Saints still in possession. Martin, Rapati, long cut-out ball to Beavers. Beavers to Sullivan. Well, the ball's gone back. It's still all on. I think the referee has allowed play to go on as Heslop goes for the line. Can he reach it? Well, the try's given. Whether there was actually downward pressure, I don't know, but he did well, Heslop. Full marks for persistence. Obviously not appreciated by the popular side, but a loose ball here, not tidied up correctly by Anthony Sullivan. Beavers tried to get it out to him. The ball was loose, Sullivan couldn't control it. Heslop chipped it through. The Saints cover came back, but they couldn't beat Heslop in the touchdown over the line. Must have only been inches before the ball went over the line. And just as Saints were coming back into it nicely, Oldham scored the try. For the 17 minutes, the opening 17 minutes of the game, they had a 10 points cushion. Or after 17 minutes, I should say. And a try, if we can say, against the run of play, with Heslop sticking to his guns, kicking it through. Ex-Orrell Rugby Union. Two tough matches for the Saints to finish off the season as Gibson breaks through. He's only Alan Hunt to beat. Gibson takes him on as Jason Roach comes in as well. Super running by Gibson. 50 metres he made downfield. Saints are being penalised for holding on at the play the ball with Alan Hunt and Jason Roach there. And I think Alan Hunt's got 10 minutes in the sin bin for his pains. He certainly has. Well, I spotted it this week, the man going in the sin bin. I missed Hasler against Hull going in the sin bin. But Oldham awarded the penalty. Well, excellent break there by Wally Gibson from his own 20-metre line and heard downfield and brought down just outside the Saints 20-metre line. Saints composure just going a little bit, but when the player breaks through there, it's the old little bit of professionalism that creeps in, holding the man down, but just for that second too long, and referee Cummins penalised the Saints and gave Alan Hunt 10 minutes in the bin. So Topping looking for the extras. Oldham in the lead, 16 points to 6. Sullivan takes it in the in-goal area. And Saints are forced to drop out from between the sticks as Goodway comes in. Puts knees in Sullivan as he's on the ground. Looked like a flopper, but the man was tackled. The kick waved away. 5 minutes to the interval. And Saints surprisingly trailing by 16 points to 6. Tommy Martin, good kick. Taken by Steve Kerry. Gibson here again. And somebody will have to get in there and whisper in his ear as he's coming through. Make sure the tackle is firm and hard and fair. Topping now on to Hooker Clark. Clark looking for the gap. Quickly closed down by Dwyer and Shane Cooper. But Saints under the cosh. Well, that looked to him forward, and he was knocked forward in the end by Sherratt. But Oldham urged to get onside, and Tirapati, he's taken a knock. He gets up gingerly. Saints physio Jeanette Smith on quickly to treat him. Oldham moving up. Solid tackling by player coach Bob Lindner. But all offside, incorrect marking at the play of the ball there. As Cooper sees the gap, he looks for support. Dwyer's there, up to the halfway line. The Saints burst into action. It's Cooper leading his troops. Short ball, drop-off pass inside to Martin. The tackle's not completed. Martin he's given forward pass. My word. Super play by Shane Cooper. On to Tommy Martin. Rapati was there coming through at pace. Martin slipped it up and referee Cummins says that one was forward. We'll have to come back for the scrum. 3 minutes to the interval. Kerry will feed. So it's just putting a little bit together there, trailing by 10. 16-6 to score. Agree with the Tommy Martin special, couldn't we, against the run of play. Sean Irwin, one of the try scorers, goes through, but Pickervanks wrestles him down. Well, Oh, and it's knocked back. It certainly looks as though it would knock forward. Bob Lindner. Inside ball. Darren Abram backing up. Oldham full of running. Now with Lydiard. Inside to Tapia. Clark, the hooker, attacked in half-back. And Oldham pressing again. Last one of this sequence. I think it'll go up in the air with a lot of pressure. Or is it a drop goal? Lydiard's going for the one-pointer. Yes, Lydiard gets the one-pointer. 38 minutes of the first half gone. Could be crucial at the end of the 80 minutes. 17 points to 6. Good kick-off by the Saints. Heslop takes it. A minute to the interval. Heslop there again. As I said earlier on, I'm sure Eric Hughes will have a few words to say about the tackling. But Oldham have certainly stuck to the task. The defence has been virtually watertight. And the attack has been tremendous, haven't they? They've kept the ball flowing. And Gibson there, very instrumental from the back. Lindner leading by example. Nolan take it midfield. Darren Abram. Local lad. Well, the ball's loose. He lost it as he tried to get it away. Pick of Vance. Joint onto Sullivan. Sullivan comes in field. Goes round the man again. Gives it to Chris Morley. Morley ducks under a high tackle. Well, they should be penalised for that, the Oldham man. But Saints still in possession, looking for points. Have to be spread quickly. Rapati, Vivas, out there to Riley. Can Riley squeeze in? Oh, inches short. But Saints going through the repertoire, one side to the other. Oldham moving up, and Saints will have to spread it again. Favourable bounce, Dwyer has it. Last ditch attempt for the Saints in the first 40. Trailing by 17-6. Cooper out to Pick of Vance. Inside to Cooper. Cooper keeping it going. Long ball, Mike Riley. But good tackling by Oldham. Well, the hooter must have gone. I haven't heard it anyway, but 40 minutes gone on my watch. Saints there unable to penetrate the Oldham defence at the end of the first half. But Saints in trouble at the end of the 40 minutes, trailing by 17 points to 6. A Lindner try in the 5th minute, goal by Kerry. Then a 17th minute Irwin try, unconverted. Oldham in the lead 10-0. Dwyer it back 10 minutes later with a try. Martin goaled it, but that's all the Saints have to show in the first half, with further a try from Heslop, goal by Topping, and then Lydiard a drop goal 2 minutes before the half-time interval. So the half-time score here, Saints 6, Oldham 17. In your picture there we have Saints kitman Joe Mulcrow. It's his birthday today. I don't know how old he is. I know he's over 21. I think he's more about 90 plus. I know he'll thank me for that. He was looking at my notes, or trying to look at my notes earlier, seeing if I'd got anything down. But anyway, happy birthday Joe from all your Saints video crew. Right, we're back with you for the second half. And in the sponsors boxes we've got Bill Hosker in the Pilkingtons box. Hello Bill. I know Bill is a regular viewer of our video. He's the dad of Barbara, the landlady of the Bird at Hand, and also he's got another daughter, Leslie, and a son, Griff. Best wishes from all them, all the grandchildren, Shelley, Jamie, Vicky, David and Adam. And I've got a message for you: keep off the rum. You'll recognise Bill. He's the one with a glass in each hand. Also, best wishes from your wife Betty, Bill. So I hope you're enjoying the game. Don't think you will be, with the Saints losing by 17 points to 6. But anyway, we're back in the action. Oldham in possession. Kuwaiti making good yardage. Eric Hughes, as I said before, no doubt he'll have made sure, or tried to make sure, that the tackling is firm. Oldham in possession. Clark, the hooker, gets the ball away to Goodway. Goodway in a good attacking position. Oh, it's inside ball. Lovely try there, Darren Abram. 54 seconds gone on the watch, and Abram opens the scoring in the second half. Slack tackling by the Saints again, it must be said. Darren Abram scores the try. Slack tackling by the Saints, and Oldham extend the lead to 21 points to 6. Obviously the Saints public dissatisfied with the performance of the Saints so far. 21-6 to score. Topping looking to tag the extras on. There's Topping lining it up. Alan Hunt in the sin bin and looking to get back into the action. Topping converts it. Another 6 points for Oldham, and Saints trailing by 23 points to 6. Wally Gibson, oh, bursting through. Cooper has him though. Cooper will be trying to rally his troops, but it's a big a battle, an uphill battle for the Saints now. Temporarily down to 12 men with Alan Hunt in the sin bin, but well led, and Oldham playing for each other to a man. Lydiard, bounced down by Cooper. Lindner inside to Abram. Oldham keep it going, but Cooper there. He got to have the backing of his troops as Alan Hunt comes back on after his sin bidding. Last tackle of the sequence. Jason Roach. Abram takes him along with the Topping. Alan Hunt now. Back in the fold. Scott Ranson limbering up for Oldham with his right leg heavily strapped. Tommy Hodgkinson now out of the dugout looking to be introduced. Ian Pickervance loses the ball. Whether it was reaped out, I don't know, but scrum half Steve Kerry picks up the scraps. Lindner, player coach, leads by example. Big Aussie lock forward. As Oldham still make good yardage towards the Saints 20-metre line. Sherratt builds up head of steam. 5 metres inside the 20-metre area. 15 metres from the line. Oldham still spreading it. Sullivan completes the tackle, but the ball out to Gibson. Good support there from Tapea. Oh, super tackle by Martin. Last one of the sequence. Will Oldham go for the drop? They're in a good position. Yes, the drop goal attempt from Gibson. Yes, and it's there. 24-6 now. 18 points separating the sides. Tommy Hodgkinson coming on for Mike Riley. So reshuffle in the ranks. Chris Morley be out in the centre to Jason Roach. Tommy Hodgkinson in the pack. 18 points separating the sides, and it's going to be hard going, isn't it? 5 minutes of the second half gone, and Oldham already amassing 7 points in this second half. Tapia, the ball coming back. Well, he's not. How the referee can say that Tapia knocked it forward when the ball came back is certainly beyond me, but that's the referee's decision. Cooper will feed. Martin out to Tirapati. Good tackling again. Hodgkinson at dummy half. Bernard Dwyer. Probably Tommy Hodgkinson at hooker. Bernard Dwyer into the second row. Reshuffling the ranks. Cooper trying to lead his troops. Alan Hunt running from deep. Good ball to Vivers. Good clamp tackling by Oldham. It's been a hallmark of their side this afternoon. The tackling's been firm, hard, and it certainly put the Saints off the game this afternoon, hasn't it? Rapati slips it away to Hodgkinson. Looking for a gap, he brings in Cooper on the opposite diagonal. Now with Harrison, good loop movements for the Saints. Oldham close them down, the last one of the sequence. Saints bring it to the right. Martin chips it through. Topping takes it comfortably. Will have to be met, that's it, and Saints want to take him over the line. But Topping went down in the tackle. Now it's with Wally Gibson, live wire fullback. Maybe not the best defensive pullback, but in attack he's superb, isn't he? Tapia now for Oldham. Barry McDermott looking to come back on. Oldham looking to make a substitution. Tactical kicking. Jason Roach juggles with it. Did well to keep it in. Sidesteps, but tight Oldham defence. Darren Abram and Shane Tapia bring him to ground. Now it's Alan Hunt. The ball's released. Roach has it. Didn't expect to get it back so quick, did Jason? But now it's Tommy Hodgkinson. Martin takes it. Saints move it along to the left. Chris Joint. Been well marshalled this afternoon. Prolific block busting forward. Now it's Dwyer. Saints, as I said before, going through the repertoire, but unable to penetrate this tight Oldham defence. Abram, Tapia and Lydiard, I think it is. But Saints play it quickly. Chris Morley takes a high one. I shouldn't say a high one, I said a hard one is what I meant to say. From Abram and Sherratt. The turnover is made, and Saints hand over the possession. Now it's Lindner. Oldham with just one game left, and that's a week today against Wigan. 7 o'clock kickoff, live on Sky. No doubt Oldham, after a performance like this today and in the latter weeks, will be quite confident of lowering the Wigan colours, and especially if the championship depends on it. Lydiard, crossfield kick. Heslop's under it. Well, it's a try there. Heslop in at the corner. A well-worked move by Lydiard and Heslop. The Saints were all dragged in over this side, and Heslop goes in for his second of the afternoon. 28 points to 6. A humiliating score for the Saints. Topping will be asked to convert it from over on the far side. 20 metres out and only about 2 or 3 metres in, if that. So Topping on the far side, looking for the extras that certainly will put the game beyond the Saints. I think maybe it's beyond them now. It's a lot to ask to come back, isn't it? But 28-6. Looks a decent kick. Yes, and it's between the uprights. Saints can't get into the swing of things. We still need points. With Leeds and Widnes around us, Saints need to keep, need to win to stop in the top 8. Never been out of the top 8 since 1973. As Clark there is upended. Beavers and Martin. Oldham take it blindside. Good running. Goodway, I think that is, on the far side. Gibson quickly up the acting half-back position. Sherratt prop forward, running strongly. Kuwaiti gets the ball away to Clark. That's a knock-on. That is a knock-on this time. Clark's disappointed he couldn't control it, but Kuwaiti did well to get the pass away in the first place. 13 minutes of the second half have gone. Saints being hammered this afternoon by the tune of 30 points to 6. Cooper's feeding it. The referee's not happy with it. Cooper feeds it again. Martin gives the dummy. Now it's Dwyer. Dwyer turns the ball inside. Rapati flicks it up for Chris Joint, but Joint back into the heavy traffic. Clark, Kerry and Lydiard. As Harrison, he takes it down the middle. Gibson at the back is pointing, but now it's with Tommy Hodgkinson. He's brought down 8 metres short. Can Saints put a surge on? Martin, good run from Hunto. That's lovely, that's lovely rugby, that held to perfection. Is this the start of the recovery? It's going to be a big job, there's no danger about that. Alan Hunt with his 13th of the season. Saints' second try of the afternoon. But good running by the Saints, held up to perfection there by Tommy Martin. And if you get these lads running through at pace, onto short, lovely time balls like that, there's no reason why more points can't come. Minutes of normal time to play. And for only the third time in the game, Oldham asked to kick off. Glenn Lydiard puts a deep kick in, but it's too deep. That's a penalty to the Saints from the centre spot. Tommy Hodgkinson will tap it. Well, I say it's going to go for goal. No, Phil Weaver says he's going to go for touch. Well, let's hope he makes sure and finds it. Obviously, it is a penalty. Could have gone for goal if wanted. But Saints make 11 metres. And John Harrison leads the charge. Just over 20 metres out. We Saints another 6 tackles, or another 5 now, to penetrate the line again. High-scoring game with Leeds and Sheffield, 46 apiece. High-scoring here at 30-10, and let's see if the Saints can show the mettle and come back. It's essential that they keep scoring. Chris Joint slips it out to Dwyer. Back in the traffic is Bernard Dwyer. He's 10 metres short. He's held. He's still driving to the line. Oldham line up on their own line. Cooper varying the play. Oh, good clamp tackling there on joint, but he's still going. Last one of the sequence. Saints will have to spread it out wide. I think it'll come to the right. No, wrong again. It goes left. Dwyer chips it through, but Tapea, I think it is, that has possession. Taking a knock in the tackle. Tommy Hodgkinson and Bernard Dwyer right at the action, but the Oldham physio has to come on. Dwyer chips it through. Tapea took it. Well, he's up now. He's just having a look round as the ball has been taken away and the play restarted. But he's not had any treatment from the physio. The physio just whispered in his ear, and he's up and about now, is Tapea. Touch of the little bit of codology. But they can afford to do it, can't they? In the lead by 30 points to 10. Kuwaiti now drives it up. Linder attacked in half-back. Is it? No, beg your pardon, it's Lydiard. Good running there by Oldham. Last one of the sequence for them. Lydiard is going to put the ball back, so he indicates. But then takes it himself, grubbers it upfield. Sits up nice for Alan Hunt. Hunt with Jason Roach on his outside. Hunt beats the first tackle, drives again. Yes, and a penalty. Alan Hunt there gets the penalty. Tirapati chips it quickly. Saints want to keep the charge on, and they should get another here because all Oldham are offside. Well, the referee's saying you're not. Oh no, he's saying there's 2 balls on the field. I thought he was saying that the Oldham side were offside. I'm going to say they should penalise them. It's no good pointing at them. But the impetus there of the Saints just has the edge taken off it. Harrison to Hodgkinson. He's taken down 10 metres outside the 20. 21 minutes of the game left. Saints trailing by 20 points, 30 points to 10 they're behind. Chris Joint not been able to do a lot this afternoon with this watertight Oldham defence. It's moved up quickly. It's been offside most of the match. But if the referee's going to let you get away with it, you're going to do it. Rapati, lovely ball. Just going to say lovely ball to Cooper. He just couldn't take it. He did well, Rapati. A lot of the spade work there. Cooper with Roach on his outside. Saints back, tackling again. Tapea is down there. Clark just taking a knock. Lydiard attacked in half-back. Oldham still pressing. Good value for this afternoon's performance. Andy Goodway, well, he's lost it. He was looking to spread it. The ball knocked forward. Phil Vivers comes up with it. But Goodway there, just as the majority of the Oldham side have done this afternoon, always looking to spread that ball at every available opportunity. Clark just slots his head in. Cooper onto Dwyer, back inside to Cooper. Cooper went to the short side. Dwyer turned it back inside. Vivers now looking for the gap. Still clawing away at this Oldham territory. Joint up the middle. Yes, good ball there to Tirapati. Support inside, Tommy Martin. Yes, Martin under the sticks. Good support play by the Saints. I thought Mr. Cummins may have blown up there. Certainly the last pass on to Tommy Martin looked borderline from our angle, but referee Cummins was right on the job. In the last, well, including this game, he scored 6 in the last 3. So 7 tries in the last 4. Martin pops it over. Saints 16, Oldham 30, 14 points separating the sides. 19 minutes remaining. McDermott looking to come back on. He's been up and out of the dugout for quite a considerable length of time now. But no changes just at present as Oldham kick off. Alan Hunt, let's have an action replay, lads. Let's get back into it. Hunt there, just taken down. He puts the ball on the ground to play it. Now it's joint, support there from Hodgkinson. Hodgkinson breaks through, inside ball to Sullivan. Sullivan pumping the legs, still going. This is giving the Saints spectators something to shout about, and we haven't had a lot to shout about, have we, this afternoon? Cooper, into space, inside to Dwyer. Dwyer there keeps it going, Cooper, Beavers, Bickermans, overlap for the Saints, Hunt, Morley, Roach, can he squeeze it? Oh, Roach with a head tackle, again, 2 matches in succession, and Jason Roach is flattened with a head tackle as he was attempting to go in at the corner, but super rugby by the Saints. Overlap there, Jeanette Smith is treating Jason Roach. Referee Cummins is just having a look at the severity of the injury, obviously before he dishes out any punishment which he thinks fit. He's there with Jeanette Smith and Jason Roach, but Mike Riley warming up, and it's Wally Gibson that's going to be spoken to for a high tackle. Not the biggest of chappies, Gibson, is he? But he's going to get away with it. Well, he has got away with it, much to the displeasure of the Saints faithful. The penalty awarded. Hodgkinson finds touch, and Saints now with a set of 6 to get points on the board. They're just getting back in the swing. It's Chris Joint has to take the tackle. 17 minutes remaining, 14 points separating the sides. Dwyer on the charge. Are the cracks appearing in the Oldham defence? I certainly hope so. Joint runs again, oh lovely ball, yes, Sullivan's in. Sullivan comes in field, super try. 24 minutes gone. Sullivan in for his 19th. Four tries to the Saints, 2 points, 2 goals to Martin. That's the Saints 20 points. Oldham bringing back on McDermott and taking off Goodway. There's the substitution taking place. Alan Hunt gathers it from the kick-off. Lindner in there at the tackle, but Saints just coming back into it. From trailing 30 points to 6, they've now come back to 30 points to 20. Scoring, 3 tries, that's 12, 14 points in the space of 10 minutes. So it can be done. Rapati powers his way down. Lydiard and Abram take him down. Last one of the sequence. Martin will put it up. He does. Puts pressure on Gibson. Well, it's touched Gibson. It's all on. Martin comes in as Roach is there as well, and Chris Morley. Been very heavily involved, Chris Morley. There's Roach and Morley and Hodgkinson. 3 that's come through the ranks here at St Helens. Lindner. Oh, the strength of this big Aussie. Oldham have the possession. Sherratt. Oh, intercepted by Martin. He's there. He's going to be under the sticks. That's a Martin special. This is what we know he can do. Oldham driving through with Sherratt there. Older looking to spread it, just as they have done, and Tommy Martin intercepted it. Tommy Martin, second of the afternoon. As I've said before, they call Schofield the master poacher, but this fella will take some whacking, won't it? And this has given the Saints new heart, hasn't it? 26 points to 30 it's going to be when Martin pops this over. Martin slots it between the uprights. The Saints popular side faithful have got their voices back, just telling Oldham that they're going down with 12 minutes remaining and just 4 points separating the sides. Lydiard, low kick, looking for a mistake and nearly forcing it. Pickavance gathers it. Abram tackles him. Now it's Jason Roach. Came under a lot of pressure earlier on. Clark involved there along with Sherratt, who just gave that wild pass. Well, not a wild pass, he tried to keep the Oldham side going. Martin intercepted it. But Oldham now forced to defend, and they had the tails up at 30 points to 6, didn't they? Oh, lovely ball. Pickavance to Hodgkinson. Last one of the sequence. Saints know the urgency. They take it to the left. Tommy Martin chips it and runs it. Looking to put pressure on Toppin, but it's gone too deep. Oldham will restart from the centre of the 20-metre line. It all looked dead and buried, didn't it, at 30 points to 6, with 10 minutes of the second half gone. I didn't think the Saints could come back, but they're now within 4 points. Nearly 7,000 here this afternoon watching this match. Still got 10 minutes left. Saints never been in the lead, but trailing by 4 and looking for more points, haven't they? 2 goal kicks going astray from the Saints tries and 1 from Oldham. So still could be tightly contested. Lydiard out to Abram. They'll have to be closed down. Once linked with coming to St Helens when he played for Rochdale. Last one of the sequence. Lydiard, the tackling's got to be firm. Oh, that's super tackling. But Oldham get it good, they keep it going. It's out there on the far side. Good cover defence by the Saints. Did well there. Oldham, a rare excursion after the early start of the second half into the Saints area. But now the Saints building up again. Harrison leading the charge. Hodgkinson from dummy half. Trying to be hustled and bustled. Oldham move up quickly again. Closing down the option. Saints with an overlap. Cooper sees it. Looks for support. He gets it away midfield to Pickavance. Pickavance looks for the gap. But super tackling again by the Oldham outfit. On the last tackle. Now with Martin. Drills it downfield. Gibson will have to play it. Martin puts everybody onside, and Martin comes in. Oh, lovely tackling by Tommy Martin. He's got to play it quickly. Saints move up, but Oldham pegged at the wrong end of the field as far as they're concerned, as Gibson from dummy half. He's been instrumental in this Oldham attack this afternoon. 9 minutes to the final hooter. Saints in the lead. Oldham in the lead by 30 points to 26. It's wishful thinking, that, isn't it? But it's brought the game to light now with Saints coming back as Linder gets it underway, or gets the pass away to Irwin. Back to Abram. Saints defence will have to move in. The tackling's got to be firm. No room for complacency now just after coming back. Last tackle, Lydiard chips it. Sits up for Cooper. Cooper gets it away to Hunt. Let's see what Alan Hunt can do. Can he thread his way through? A long cut-out pass from Rapati to Roach. And Roach, oh, just taken by Abram. It'll take some stopping Roach in full flight. Rapati down the blind side, turns it infield. Taken by Dwyer. An abundance of bodies over to the left, but the tackling is firm. Lindner leading his troops. Joint. Oh, super game now, just building up. Big John Harrison, just short of the halfway line. Hodgkinson to Cooper. Oh, Cooper gives the dummy. Well, looking for support, but unfortunately was turned round. It's the last one now. Hodgkinson. He gives the dummy. Well, it's up to the Saints now, obviously, to get in there, but they need the ball. Oldham have possession, and they've got players down injured. Gibson. 6 minutes remaining. The Saints spectators urging the team on, just as Shane Cooper has been doing throughout the match. The captain, the leader, the prodder, the prober. I think Shane Cooper's been very instrumental this afternoon. Last one of the sequence, and Oldham chip it downfield and it finds touch. Scrum down to be formed, Saints feed. 10 metres in, Goodway comes back on with the last Oldham substitution, and Sherratt comes off. 74 minutes have gone. Alan Hunt now! Oh, just couldn't beat that last line of defence. Quick play the ball wanted. Saints know the urgency, and what a win it's going to be when the Saints get the next score. Cooper now, taken down, Abram and Kuwaiti. Time, well, a high tackle there on John Harrison. Yes, and rightly so, referee Cummins. He says he jumped up. Didn't look all that bad from here. I mean, John Harrison, he's only 6'7", isn't he? Saints know the urgency. Well, referee Cummins, he should have let him go. Oldham was all onside. Pickavance now running crossfield. Now he straightens up. Handling, the firm, crisp, clean handling is paramount as Dwyer gets into the Oldham 20-metre area. Hodgkinson, hard-tacked in half-back. Certainly not the game for the faint-hearted, is it? As Joint, yes, support there from Morley. I think it's Morley. It is Chris Morley that has the ball. Hodgkinson to Cooper. Cooper, oh, master craftsman Cooper. Gets it away to Pickavance. Pickavance still driving. Cooper's there again, he wants more of the action. He chips it through. Has Saints scored? No, Oldham has it. Oh, tremendous pressure by the Saints. Time counting down, but Saints are well positioned at the right end of the field, even though Oldham have ball possession. Lindner and Cooper. Clark the hooker, last one of the sequence. Jason Roach drops back. Saints will run up and pressure the kicker. It's Lydiard, oh, well taken. Out to Gibson, he goes in on the full. No, does it? No, it's the last one. And it bounced infield, it's scrum down, it's Saints feed. Tommy Martin just telling his players to lie out deep. Martin will feed it. Cooper's out wide. Come on, you Saints, is the cry. Martin feeds it round to Cooper. On to Rapati. Beavers. He juggles with it, but he manages to regather it. As Oldham move up, and they now in turn try to pressurise the Saints. Sullivan. Centre field. Now with Harrison. Inside ball to Hodgkinson. Saints spread it. Good handling, but I don't think Tommy Hodgkins expected to get it back as quickly. Here's Cooper. Good tackling by McDermott. They force the Saints back. Bernard Dwyer on the diagonal. He chips it through. Can Dwyer regather? He can. Oh, he's lost it. It's over the line. it's knocked dead by Oldham, but the knock-on from Bernard Dwyer is going to be the first offence, and a scrum down with an Oldham feed. 3 minutes remaining, and what a pulsating tie we've had here. Stones Bitter League Championship clash. 4 points separating the sides. Saints looking to get one against the head. Would imagine they'd put plenty of effort in this scrum. Kuwaiti has it. Time running out from what's been a spirited performance by both sides. Lindner. Oh no, I beg your pardon, it's McDermott. Oldham running again, got the second wind. It's now with Sean Irwin, making good yardage at Oldham after nearly succumbing to another try. They now are brought down in the last tackle of the sequence on the halfway line. Lydiard, it's touched in flight, but Shane Cooper gets it. Brings it over to the wing, turns it back inside. Well, it's knocked forward, it's a knock-on. It's going to be a Saints feed, but Lydiard nearly sneaked in there as Cooper was turning round, trying to draw the defence in, slip it, trying to create the hole in the Oldham defence and slip it to Alan Hunt. But Lydiard got it, he knocked it forward. Jason Roach now, can we see a Roach special? Tommy Martin, out to Cooper, last throw of the dice, Rapate, onto Hunt. Go, Hunt goes again, running through at pace. In the last minute of normal time, there's Chris Joint. Oh, he's lost the ball. That could be it for the Saints, unfortunately. But what a comeback, eh? More comebacks this afternoon than Frank Sinatra. But still trailing by 4 points, 30-26 the score. Interception try could seal it, as Gibson has possession. 40 minutes gone on my watch, as Clark, the hooker for Oldham, taken down, clattered by Dwyer. Well, the referee right there on the job. And Oldham will take the 2 points, or the attempted 2 points, won't they? Right in front of the sticks, it's 30 yards out. 30 metres out, yes, and referee Cummins says we'll go, or Oldham said we'll go for goal, and referee Cummins indicates to the touch judges to go behind the sticks. But what a tremendous game we've had here this afternoon. Obviously the score going the wrong way as far as I'm concerned, and probably the majority of you that's listening to this are concerned. But a good comeback. Not good enough, but 13 minutes remaining after Tommy Martin had intercepted the pass and goaled his own try. But for the final 13 minutes, Oldham have done well, they've held out as the Saints hit them with a barrage of tries. 4 tries and 2 goals within 13 minutes. But Topping now looking for the extras. With the last action of the game, I would imagine. Topping, it's a flapper, it's waved away, and he's hurt himself. Topping, obviously done himself an injury in his effort to convert it. It was teed up. Well, there's the final hooter. Obviously the Saints are disappointed at losing out, but a tremendous win by Oldham. 17 points to 6. They led at half-time. They opened up the scoring in the second half in the first minute with an Abram try, a Topping goal. 5 minutes later, a Gibson drop goal, and then 5 minutes later, Heslop in with a good try after Lydiard chip through. That was goal by Topping. Oldham in the driving seat at 30 points to 6. And then it was the turnaround. A try from Hunt, unconverted. Then the first of Tommy Martin's, 6 minutes later he converted that. 4 minutes later a Sullivan try, and 3 minutes later Tommy Martin interception, and it was all back. The fat was back in the frying pan. 30 points to 26 the score, but as I said, Oldham held out for the last 13 minutes. So the final score here at Nosey Road is Saints 26, Oldham 30. Saints now with 2 away matches to get points in the league for the playoffs. Away at Bradford next Tuesday, and then away at Thrumall, Halifax a week today. So thanks for joining us. You've been with your Saints video team. Bitterly disappointed at today's results, but Oldham take the plaudits. They know now that they're guaranteed First Division football next season. The final score here from Nosey Road, Saints 26, Oldham 30.